Well, that was the only that was the only like real good part about the Blind Side was they used real coaches and real SEC teams
now, does that
to like come and recruit.
Do you get the same thing from that movie as you get with Rudy, knowing that turns out the family
It really ruined it for me.
Real big pieces of shit.
Because the movie starts with that lady being like, "Do you think that they adopted you just to take advantage of your natural athletic ability?" And he was like, "No." And then it comes out, "Yeah, that's 100% what they did."
Actually, you guys nailed it right
yeah,
there.
actually, wow.
Foreshadowing 20 years later.
That's so funny. I feel like no one else thought of that until they wrote the script, and then someone went, "Wait a minute," like that. And then
who wrote this?
That's so funny to think Michael Oher is in the premiere watching it, and then he's like,
"Wait,
hey, Mom,
what'd you guys think of the movie?" What I kind of got caught off guard by something they said at the beginning.
I never really asked, but why did you adopt me?
Fuck. Let's go get ice cream.
Yeah. I went to a game when I was 14 or 15, I think, and Ole Miss was playing Florida at home, and they beat Florida on like a fluke, and like they tore down the goalpost and carried it out and everything like that. And I was, it was great. I was having a good time. And then my dad took me he used to work at this like sporting goods store that's like kind of, it's not on campus, but it's like close by, and it's you go in and you get all kinds of Ole Miss memorabilia.
Right.
And he introduced me to the owner, and the guy's like, "So, what do you think? You going to come here for college?" And I go, I don't know. And he's like, "Well, if you don't know after that, then I don't know." And he like got so mad and just walked away from us. And I remember my dad being like, "Come on, buddy, you got to at least like
just disgusted,
like just pretend, And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was like, I thought it was a serious question." He's like, "No, just tell him you're coming." I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry."
This is actually your application process. Talking to that guy.
Yeah, it's like, "You're not working here."
That's good.
What's the best part? The best or the most important part of a football team? Passing game, run game, defense, special teams.
Yeah. They say defense wins championships, and that can be true, but it has to be an elite defense. The Eagles' defense won the Super Bowl. They rushed with 4 the entire game. They never blitzed the entire time. So that means that they just had the people on the line of scrimmage. The four defensive linemen were the only people that pressured Patrick Mahomes, and they did it at an incredibly high rate, an incredibly high clip, and did it with incredible efficiency. Like rushing with 4 is essentially like if you can do it, then you do it good. It's like running the ball. It's like if you can run the ball, it's running the ball, but for defense. I think I gotta say, but then on the flip side, the running game that's playing defense on offense because you're killing the clock. I think I gotta say the best part of the best team is defense.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes sense, because if the best defense is going to shut down the best quarterback, man, that's a tough one. I'm going to go defense though.
See, I've always thought offensive line.
Yeah,
but that I could be biased because that's what I played. I've always thought if you have an elite O-line, it gives you create gaps in the defense for the run game. You give the quarterback time to get off a pass and evaluate his targets. You've got and you can include a tight end in there, and a good tight end is, how many great tight end, like every great team seems to have like a pretty decent tight end associated. You know what I mean?
And you get and especially if they're a blocking tight end.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
think back to like Jeremy Shockey with the Giants and stuff like that. Fantastic, and he made big plays, but he also could block.
Right.
Yeah.
There are only a handful of guys that can do both in the NFL right now. George Kittle is definitely like 1-1 for guys in the NFL that can do that. Like Dallas Goedert for the Eagles, he's a good run blocker, not great. He's much more of like a catch the ball guy. But yeah, no, you're right. I think that's a good take. If you're going to have a unit that's the best on the team, having the best offensive line. And again, to go back to the Eagles, that's one thing that has just been like it's just expected at this point.
Well, I saw it with the Lions this weekend.
The
Lions O-line seemed like it was getting just
shelled,
rushed,
just
every
fucking
time.
shelled.
They could not stop Micah. Then even the Chiefs. I mean, Patrick Mahomes scrambles pretty much every play anyway, but I think a lot of it is because his O-line.
That's what it was during the Super Bowl. Is their offensive line was playing like shit. They had their left tackle was an issue the entire season last season. They throw out like their all-pro left guard to left tackle because it's like that's better than when you have a bad one, it throws everything up. Like fuck, Mark Bulger looked like a goddamn hero because he had a good offensive line with the Rams. And turns out Mark Bulger shit. Like it's not having that offensive line. But having an entire defense that everybody's clicking on all cylinders with a real good defensive coordinator, man, it's fucking awesome. God damn.
Yeah, it is pretty impressive. But when they're great, nobody really knows. Like they're still never the heroes of the game. Everybody's like, oh man, the quarterback's awesome. And it's like, well, yeah, he had 9 seconds to throw a pass. He should,
right?
Know?
Yeah, and I mean, going back to the Micah thing when the Eagles played the Packers in the wild card round of the playoffs last year. There were situations like there's screenshots of Jalen Hurts having a zip code to himself in the backfield, and it's like, man, these guys could probably use the best edge rusher that's in the game right now. Like they could if they had one of those guys, this probably would be a different story. And then now they have that. And then go back to last week, and Jalen Hurts has the same exact thing going on against the Cowboys. And it's like, man, the Cowboys could really use probably Micah Parsons that they got rid of 6 days ago. It was like they're so dumb. It's beautiful. But yeah, no, whenever they get that time, man, fucking love it.
Well, this kind of bleeds into the next one. What's the best fantasy football draft strategy? And I'm very ignorant when it comes to fantasy football. I have played I didn't play last year, but the previous 2 years I did the draft and I kind of just picked like this guy seems good, and like without doing any research, set the team up and then honestly just forgot about it. And then at the end of the season, they were like, hey, you came in second. Did you know that? I was like, oh, cool.
Goddamn right. Hell yeah. Right. Everybody else is an idiot.
Yeah. They were like, your defense was on a bye week and you still played them. But whatever, you still came in second. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That I wish you know what? No, I can relate to that. This summer, have you had Ben Johnson on?
Not yet. No, okay. Well, not for a long time.
Okay.
He came in.
So a different comic texted me on a Wednesday in the spring and said, hey, do you want to do fantasy baseball this year? And I said, I'll think about it. He says, well, the draft is going to start in 45 minutes. So I said, okay, sure, I'll do it. And then I did. I had no idea what the hell was going on. I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to get into fantasy baseball this year, and then I just absolutely didn't. It's fantasy baseball is like a full-time job. Like it's just because there's so many goddamn games and everything. Like it was like I too overwhelming for me. So yeah, no, I definitely did the just like draft and then whatever the hell happens, and then like you go back and like look at the transaction log and all the other teams in the league are like making like 9 a day. I'm like, nah, probably Juan Soto's in a slump right now, but I don't fucking know what the hell I'm doing here, so I'm just gonna keep him. So no, I definitely get that. As for the best fantasy draft strategy, goddamn, this year. The top running backs are king. Running backs are king in fantasy, especially one, and it's much rarer now, like a workhorse running back. Because a lot of teams will do like the running back by committee, where they're just swapping in 2 or 3 running backs per drive or whatever, just on kind of not really on a whim, but that's what it feels like. But getting a workhorse one like Saquon was last year, like Bijan Robinson for the Falcons is this year, getting one of those guys early. But on the other side, you can't pass up a guy like Jamar Chase. For me, best fantasy strategy is best player available in round 1, running back in round 2, one of the top 5 quarterbacks, which is Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels. You got to get one of those guys or else you're kind of just fucked. It's like, I like Baker Mayfield, but I don't want it. It's gross.
It's gross.
Like, you don't want to be stuck with it. It's like, fuck me, man. I hope he doesn't have a shit game like he can. But with the other guys, like, I know that I'm going to get 20 points off on one of these cats.
What about Matthew Stafford or something like that?
He used to probably be one of them top guys. Dude's like 39 now and like has a bad back.
That's kind of crazy. He's got fake teeth too. I noticed that he got interviewed after the Rams game.
LA's changed the man.
Yeah, he's much different than he was in college. In college, he was kind of like
he's
this
just
awkward dude.
Like a pudgy-faced.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. LA, Matthew.
Yeah.
You've changed.
Your teeth.
Matthew,
Stop it.
I respect veneers. Is that what those are?
They have to be.
Is veneer the one? Because, okay. Used to watch a lot of Toddlers and Tiaras.
I love the pause where you're like, there's no real way to explain this. I used to watch. No excuse. Not a pervert. Sounds like I might be a pervert after I say. Not a pervert though. The moms used to put the teeth on the teeth. Are those veneers? I don't know. I don't know if those are, because I always thought veneers were the permanent ones.
Yeah, the ones where they file your teeth down to fangs and then they stick a thing on. I thought that, is that a veneer or is...
That's what I assume, but they could both be...
Yeah, I guess kid veneers are probably a little different. Like if they still have baby teeth in, kid veneers are probably, maybe they're both veneers. There's no way to look it up is the problem. That's the issue. But I think, but yes, to go back to Matthew Stafford, big pearly whites on the cat. Much different than Motor City. Matthew.
I couldn't hear a single thing he said because the whole time they were just, they're perfect. They're like, and it's and they're so bright white that I was just staring at his mouth the whole time. And even my son was like, what's with his teeth? And I was like, all right.
Is that more of a flex than a grill? Like having perfect teeth more of a flex than having diamonds embedded in them?
No. I would rather take a grill than a veneer. I feel like grill is like street cred.
Yeah.
Veneer is almost the opposite.
Okay.
Because I would make fun of someone for having veneers before I'd make fun of someone for having a grill.
But wouldn't it kind of depend on who that is, though? Because I think I might disagree. I think having perfect teeth, as a person who doesn't have perfect teeth, I think having perfect teeth is more like than it's like, yeah, I get that you have diamonds, but you ain't using them to chomp, are you?
Right.
Where I think with having perfect teeth, it's like this fucking guy's got everything. He's got 20/20 vision probably and perfect teeth.
See, I would look at it the opposite. I'd be like, ooh, he's insecure about his teeth. Oh, look at this guy.
Which, yeah, I get that.
That's honestly why I don't respect Joe Burrow that much. When he came out with the frosted tips or whatever, I was like, ugh.
Bad look.
What are you doing?
Bad
what are you
look.
trying?
You can't. That was a thing the entire year. He like never really got his hair cut. Like even like when they're on like a 6-game losing streak where they've gotten their dicks ripped off in the last 3 seconds of a game.
Yeah,
he's still going frosted tips, buddy. You got to change it up.
Well, there was one season where they were like 2-6, and he scored a touchdown, and he was like, ah! And I was like, all right, man, no, you don't, nah. And when they went to the Super Bowl versus the Chiefs, and he wore some like super sparkly, like crazy outfit, and then they lost, and it showed him leaving the stadium in the same sparkly outfit. It's like, nah, that only works if you win, man.
That's a big topic. At least it used to be with Cam Newton. Because Cam Newton with his crazy hats, this silly hat guy, still is. You can't lose and also still wear the silly hat.
Right.
Do you bring
a change of clothes?
But but it would be you would have. There's no other way to phrase it. It's a losing outfit.
Yeah.
Do you bring that? Because that seems like that's bad juju.
I would show up to the stadium in losing outfit, like casual, like this, Magellan shirt or whatever, maybe sweatpants, because it's like, why are you dressing up to go to the game? You're about to play football. I don't think that you should be dressing up. Now, after you win, walk out.
And you don't
suit,
think the players should have dreads either, huh?
What's that?
You said you don't think the players should have dreads either.
No.
Bring back the layup.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, man. There's something about Joe Burrow. I like the way that he plays ball. That Lamar Jackson just don't do it.
Maybe I should rephrase this. If you're gonna wear slacks and a button up, or wear whatever,
get some trousers, get your penny loafers on.
Yeah, get a haircut, shave your beard. No. I have the same rules as the Yankees. It's like
no beards,
no long hair, no tattoos above the collar.
Got to earn your pinstripes.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I just feel like, because that's how I would do it. I think if I was a professional player and I was like, I'm on my way to play football, I would show up in, something casual or something, jeans and a t-shirt, or jeans and maybe a collared shirt or something like that. That's just like, I'm here, I'm showing up to work.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, if you win, wear whatever you want. Celebrate, go dress to the nines. You know what I mean? Do whatever you want, because it's like, all right, now you proved you are hot shit, Yeah. But it's like, I hate that look of everybody showing up and they're so fancy and they've got all kinds of like, I'm specifically talking about Joe Burrow at this point. Just to be clear, to make sure that it doesn't get misconstrued as like a race thing, he drives me insane. He drives me absolutely insane, because he shows up and then he never really performs to the level that his attire suggests he's going to. At least in my opinion.
And then there's like Joe Burr, like they do that whole thing. And and I can't get the image out of my head. I can't remember if it must have been after a loss, if I had to bet. But he's like wearing like these orange-ish tinted sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
With like, I think he had frosted tips at maybe he didn't, but he just looked like a pervert. It's like, he's just sitting at the podium. He just looked like a pervert. And then on the flip side, you get Cleveland Baker Mayfield with just like a mustache after he just got his dick ripped off for 60 minutes of football, and he's wearing a trench coat and his hair's all disheveled, and he's like got both hands on the podium like, man, I just went through some fucking shit right there. And like, there's maybe you're onto something, but that's such a time for them to flex.
I get it. I understand.
It's the Deion of it all. It's the look good, feel good, play good kind of a thing. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Is he the genesis of it?
He might be. I think he might have been the originator. And the problem, the thing about Deion was 9 times out of 10, he backed it up. Nobody could say anything about it, because even if the team lost, it'd be like, well, he went 9 for 10 on receptions, and he got 120 yards and whatever. Like.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy.
He was a pretty boy, and he was, he was a bit of a showboat, but he also was extremely talented. So everybody was kind of like, all right, that's Deion.
Maybe the flashy walk-in outfit is a pretty boy move. Maybe
it is.
And maybe the NFL has too many pretty boys.
You've never seen a lineman show up in silk, shark skin suits and silk ties and everything like that.
Jason Kelsey's walking in with sweatpants, flip-flops, and a T-shirt that's stained. It's like,
exactly.
That's my center.
He's got barbecue sauce like right here.
Yeah,
that's how I want my lineman showing up.
You know? I don't want a lineman coming in dressed in a vest.
Yeah.
A vest is a bad. Maybe that's a good place to start. No more vests.
Okay. Let's start there.
Yeah, you can wear a suit jacket, no vest.
All right, you hear it in NFL? No vests.
No vests.
From now on.
And what is the thing that they tie, like the
cummerbund?
Cummerbund. No cummerbunds, no vest. Leave your torso out of it. No torso gear.
No, yeah.
Torsos are off limits.
I'm all for that. Torsos, you're doing too much.
No pervert sunglasses. Don't do that.
No pervert sunglasses. Yeah, it makes you look like you watch Toddlers and Tiaras.
Excuse you.
I'm sorry.
The hell?
You're like, I'll walk.
Wait a minute. Yeah. No, I was very clear. I'm not a pervert.
I'm not. I watch it for the mothers. The mothers.
Oh, no. Oh, God,
I'm there for the mothers.
Yeah, Jesus. Honey Boo Boo.
Best football movie. By the way, you do not have to pick any of the suggestions that pop up on the screen. I like throwing them out there because sometimes, you say, hey, what's the best football movie? And somebody's like, well, I've forgotten every single football movie I've ever seen. But if you throw suggestions out there, sometimes it kind of sparks the imagination and brings up.
Chalk is definitely Remember the Titans. That's chalk, though. Let's see. Would you count The Last Boy Scout as a football movie?
Oh, yeah.
The opening scene where he just pulls out a gun and
as he's going to, and I think the climax of the movie is also during a football game, is it not?
I gotta tell you, I've only watched the opening of the movie.
Oh, it's worth it.
Okay, because I actually that was on that Sunday night football game. It was Derrick Henry was running wild, and I was like, I tweeted this out, Derrick Henry in this game, and then it was him pulling out a gun and shooting the people in front of him. And then when he fumbled at the end of the game, I said Derrick Henry in this game, and it was when that guy shoots himself in the head after he kills the people on the field.
My favorite part about that scene is that. So for those of you who haven't seen it, there's a guy, he's got the ball, he's running down the field, and he just pulls out a gun, and every time someone's about to tackle him, he just shoots him in the chest as he's running by. And if you watch the movie...
It's a serious movie.
He shoots like 3 or 4 people before he gets to the end zone. The first 2 people he shoots, the crowd cheers louder. The crowd, like, to the point where you're like... Do they know what's going on? But it's like, it almost seems like when he pulls out the gun, the crowd's like, yeah, which
NFL Blitz the movie.
I mean, I think that would be a little bit more fun to watch. Maybe let the players, you know what? If you bring a gun on the field, you can dress up before the game.
That's a good, yeah.
I'll allow it.
You gotta buy all the way in. There was the NFL Blitz. It was after like they did like the arcade versions. They did Blitz the League. And do you remember this game at all?
I do remember. Yeah, I remember.
And you could like do steroids before the game.
I remember that.
You could take your helmet off and beat people to death with it.
If you broke someone's bones, it would like show an X-ray of them. Like,
and before the game, you could hire prostitutes and send them to the other team's hotel. Like, you could it's like, what the hell? I just wanted to body slam a guy after he was already down. Like, this is different.
Yeah, I didn't want to wreck a marriage. Right.
Yeah. Oh my God! You press A for infidelity. Like, Jesus Christ, this game is dark.
Spam A in the chat, fam.
For infidelity. But best football movie. Friday Night Lights came out while I was in high school. Or did that come out when I was in middle school? I really enjoyed that one because the bad guy does win.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Oh man, these are 4 good options. There's got to be. Oh, Rudy.
Oh.
Rudy. I think Rudy's my pick. Rudy's like the first movie that I cried at as an adult.
I can't stand Rudy. I don't know.
Sean Astin?
No. I actually kind of enjoy him.
John Favreau?
No, I enjoy it. Eric Bana's in that movie as well. He's one of his buddies in high school.
Is he really?
He's like got a very bit part in that movie, which I didn't realize till I watched it again. I don't know. I just because it's Disney-fied, like, and not that Remember the Titans isn't. I understand that, okay. But it is so Disney-fied. Like the whole point of like the players all laying their jerseys on the desk, be like, "This is for Rudy, coach. I won't play if Rudy doesn't play. I don't, whatever." Never happened. Never would happen. No.
Did it not happen?
No, didn't happen at all. Really? The guy Rudy, He did make a tackle in a game, but Notre Dame was up by like 45 points, and it was the 4th quarter, so it was the most insignificant play you could ever make, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, good for him. They never carried him off the field like they did in the movie. And then in real life, you find out this guy got caught like embezzling from his company.
That's
and
Fred.
Like he's like just like not even a good. It's like, oh well, why? What? It's like it basically. I don't know. It's like if they made a movie where like my kid came up to me and was like, "Dad, can I have a Crunch Bar?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Please, please, please," for 3 years. And then I gave him a Crunch Bar, and everybody's like, "This is the greatest movie
The kid's
ever
a
seen."
hero.
Yeah, this kid's a hero. It's like, no, he just
Jordan
was
Belfort.
annoying. Yeah, he was just, yeah.
Counterpoint.
I get
the movie rocks.
Yeah.
Counterpoint. Who hurt you? What do you have against, like, how did you get such an opinion on this where you're just like, no, fuck this guy. I'm going to find out what actually happened.
So when I was in high school, well, let's back up. My grandfather lived in LA for a very long time. So he was a big USC fan.
Okay.
So growing up, he kind of got me into USC.
Okay.
And then during high school was when they were on their dynasty run, 05 through 09, that kind of
Pete Carroll,
Reggie Bush, Pete Carroll, Matt Leinart era.
Best football game. Texas USC was the best football game.
That was one of the ones where...
Was that going to be a question?
No.
That's my answer.
Yeah, I understand. I still think that Vince Young put his knee down and then lateraled the ball, and they didn't call it. And I'll die on that hill.
That's fair.
And nobody, everybody's like, it's been almost 20 years. You should get over it. And I won't.
That's what fandom
And then when
does.
people were like, oh, did you hear Vince Young tried to commit suicide? I was like, good. Good. He probably can't live with the shame knowing that he took a knee on the field and then lateraled the ball and scored a touchdown. But whatever.
Just
yeah.
Vince Young is trying to kill himself. You're just doing the Jack Nicholson
I'm like that guy. I'm the ladies in the Philly stand. Do it then. Just quit talking about it, Vince. Come
Instead,
on.
he decided to go open up a steakhouse in Austin.
Yeah. So, whatever. And then, of course, to be fair, USC did get caught paying all their players before it was legal to pay all their players, and, we had some controversies of our own. We've had several Heisman stripped from us, whether it be Reggie Bush or
back.
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. So maybe if you're trying to make that argument and get the, I don't want to call them pity points, but for lack of a better word, pity points, maybe don't do the OJ thing.
Yeah. But I mean, if I'm calling balls and strikes,
that's fair.
You gotta do it evenly, even on the home team.
Yep. You can't get a Pablo Sanchez strike zone.
So I was a huge fan of USC, and there was a year where Notre Dame beat them in a big upset.
Oh, so you went on vengeance.
So I was just like, anything Notre Dame, I don't want it. I'm against it. Hardcore, draw the line. And when I played football, we got on a bus one time to drive to like West Plains, Missouri, which was like 6 hours away. And I don't know why they were on our schedule, but they were. And they would just beat the tar out of us every time. And my coach knew he didn't like me, and he knew I hated that movie. So he played it on repeat 3 times on the way down there. And I was like, why are we doing this? It's a 2-hour-long movie or whatever. So we got to watch it almost 3 complete times by the time we got there.
Coach, there are other movies.
Yeah, I was like, Coach, we could watch anything else.
Turn on 300.
Yeah. Ironically, actually, and then on the way back, we did start Remember the Titans, but we only got like the first 30 minutes of it where it was just racism. So we didn't get to see them come together as a team. So by the time we all got off the bus, everybody was kind of like
looking at each other.
Yeah. So
didn't even make it to a Civil War battlefield?
Yeah, the Gettysburg.
Wow, these guys hate each other.
It's so funny because it's like so many of the methods that they used like in that training camp would be illegal today. I love it. Yeah, I do too.
More concussions.
Yeah, bring it back.
We need more concussions.
There's a documentary about the Cowboys on Netflix that recently came out.
The new one, the Jerry Jones John.
And they're showing like highlights from some of the games. 9 out of 10 clips they show would be penalties now.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just poor Troy Aikman just getting wrecked. Like throwing the ball, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, boom, and just getting laid out.
I love it.
And it's like they were just like, this is football. This is what you do.
Every once in a while, you'll get like some old football head be like, this game's too soft. And it's like, you want to be like, shut up, this is the game now. But it's also, you go back and watch it. It's like, I get it. I get why you're saying that. Remember that segment on ESPN, Jacked Up?
Yeah.
Awesome.
When targeting came out, when they're like, that's targeting. I was like, of course it's targeting.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're not?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Did you target this player? Did he have the ball? Yes, I 100%.
Of course I targeted him.
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah, I don't want him to be on the field. What are you talking about?
He's a good player. If I take him out, we have a better chance. Of course I'm going to blindside him. Why wouldn't I?
Wait, you're changing my job?
Yeah.
What the hell?
That drives me nuts, but whatever.
So it makes sense that you don't like Rudy.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, I mean, I will concede to the fact that it is a feel good movie. It is. I
cry every time.
Really?
I cry every time. I'm not a crier, but I cry every time I watch that movie. Oh, Sean Astin, get out of here.
I am more likely to cry watching The Replacements than I am Rudy. The end of The Replacements to me is so much more powerful because I know, like, at the end of the movie, they all go back to their jobs.
Okay.
You know, Shane Falco goes back to scraping boats. The dude goes back to the convenience store, stock boy, you know, but they have like one moment of glory. And that to me is like power. Like, that to me makes me feel so much better than.
Okay. I think you adding they had that moment of glory does a big part of that, because otherwise it's like, man, I'm just sad that guy has to go back to working. It's like, okay, now that they had something to be proud of, and now they have to, rather than be like, man, I feel bad for that fucker.
Another one is Any Given Sunday, that speech by Al Pacino.
Yeah,
I had to do that in a class in high school. We had to I did like it was like theater class or something like that. It was one of those senior year, like, we have to keep you here for 8 hours, but you have all the credits just
a fuck off class.
And the teacher said, she's like, I'm not going to make you do anything, but you have to do a 4-minute monologue, and this is before I started comedy. So it's like 4 minutes of talking in front of people. How am I ever going to do that? And I did the monologue from,
that's a good one.
Yeah. From Any Given Sunday, which is kind of cool because there was a couple swear words in it and I got away with it. Yeah. I was like, anytime you could swear in high school and they're like, okay.
I like that movie, but it's just that they didn't have, it wasn't signed off by the NFL, so it's all like it's all fake teams.
Yeah,
and that takes me out of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, good. Otherwise, there's not really any, like, I mean, I guess Draft Day is one is that Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
No, is that
that was a good one.
It's like a fun. It's so unrealistic, but at least like it has NFL teams. Like I know that team.
Yeah.
Like it like that like gets me. It's like, oh, real. I see real. I know that. Where it's like in Any Given Sunday, it's like the Atlanta Tiburons or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what are we doing?
Well, that was the only like real good part about The Blind Side was they used real coaches and real SEC teams.
Now, does that
like come and recruit?
Do you get the same thing from that movie as you get with Rudy, knowing that turns out the family
it really ruined it for me.
Real big pieces of shit.
Because the movie starts with that lady being like, "Do you think that they adopted you just to take advantage of your natural athletic ability?" And he was like, "No." And then it comes out, yeah, that's 100% what they did.
Actually, you guys nailed it right
there.
Yeah,
actually, wow.
Foreshadowing 20 years later.
That's so funny. I feel like no one else thought of that until they wrote the script, and then someone went, wait a minute, like that, and then
who wrote this?
That's so funny to think Michael Oher is in the premiere watching it, and then he's like,
"Wait,
hey, Mom,
what'd you guys think of the movie? What, I kind of got caught off guard by something they said at the beginning.
I never really asked, but why did you adopt me?
Fuck. Let's go get ice cream."
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. If we're doing, I think I can put myself in your shoes with the Rudy thing, knowing now that the Michael Oher shit's like fucking bad.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
It's so weird. Like he doesn't even talk to them anymore, and he doesn't that definitely put a damper on the movie.
Didn't Sandra Bullock like get some like blowback from it? I want to say maybe she did. Like some people were like mad at her. It's like she just fucking acted, man.
She was acting, and she killed it. She absolutely crushed the role. Was fantastic in that.
Were you also mad at the kid that played Joffrey? Like, fuck off.
Yeah. So many people were, though.
Yeah.
He had to quit. He quit acting after that because people hated him so much. I heard he's trying to get back into it. But
he was also the kid in Batman Begins.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The other kids aren't going to believe me. And Batman throws out some like radioactive gadget, and he's like, "Oh, thanks, Batman. Now I can see through walls." And he's just like at a women's restroom and the rest of his life.
Where'd you get that? Batman gave it to me. We don't believe you.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he said this would help.
That's even worse. He gets beat up the next day at Gotham High, and kids steal his Batman gadget, and he's like, "Oh, Batman, you made it so much worse."
Man, I got bullied more.
Yeah, I got bullied.
Now I'm poor and beat up.
Yeah. Oh, really? Batman can't? Well, let's see if he comes and helps you. And then just, pow, whack, boom, pop. Like
it's nerd bashing time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know Batman too. I never thought about that. That's why he's not in any of the other movies.
He died.
Yeah. He went to Gotham Middle School and they beat the hell out of him.
Saw Jamal Agnew run and he killed himself. It's just a fast forward.